If Trump could get this done, he would achieve legendary status. Man, this is phenomenal. I hope he gets this done. So on my Twitter feed, this came up right here. A guy named Eric Doherty, something like that. He says, breaking news. Senator Bernie Sanders announces he will work with Trump to cap the credit card interest rates at 10%. And here's this guy. When Bernie Sanders even wants to work with Trump, you know the country made the right choice. That's, dude, this would be fantastic. So I'm looking over here at the Washington Examiner, the Dateline, November 15th. Sanders find common ground with the Trumpsters to lower and cap credit card interest rates. Speaking of the New York Times, the Daily Podcast, Sanders says Trump's campaign calls for limits to credit card fees was a very good idea. I think it's a very good idea, and I think it's time we told people on Wall Street they cannot charge the desperate working class people who have a hard time paying their bills 25 to 40%. During his third run for president, Trump promised to cap credit card interest rates. And he says, I can't do a Trump thing. We're going to cap it around 10%. We can't let them make 25 and 30%, he said in Long Island. While working Americans catch up, we're going to put a temporary cap on credit card interest rates. The current average for credit card is 21.5%, according to the Federal Reserve. This figure is 6 percentage points higher than it was during COVID. Sanders posted his feelings about working with Trump on social media, saying he works forward to working with the Trump administration. 100%, dude. Let's take a look, actually, what the Fed funds rate has done, shall we? The Fed funds rate is 5.33 in August 2024. It now has gone down to 4.83, so it's dropped 50 basis points, a 50 basis point cut. Have credit card interest rates dropped? Let's take a look, shall we? Ironic. When the Fed cuts the rate, you can see the interest rates on the credit cards have gone up. Look, here's where we were, 14.5 before they started raising rates in 2022, and now we're up here. May 2024 is 21.51. August 2024 is 21.76. Well, the Fed funds rate was dropping, and yet the credit card interest rates was going up. That's kind of strange. See his mass increase in delinquency in credit card rates as well, from 1.57% to over 3.25%. So basically over a doubling of delinquency on credit card interest rates as well. That's kind of weird. The amount of credit card debt outstanding was at $1.1 trillion. Yeah, it's definitely not going down. It's going up, 1.1 trillion. And look, it's gone from 750 3 years ago to 1.1 trillion now. That's not good. So we take our trusty calculator and we show how much has gone up. It's an increase in debt of 13% per year, 13.62% per year. How much did the banks get bailed out? I'm just curious. How much did we bail out the banks? You remember that? How much did we bail out the banks? Pablo? So, professor over at MIT. Is it MIT? Sloan? Is that? Yeah, MIT. I don't trust these guys as far as I could kick them, but be that as it may, they say that we bailed out at least $500 billion from the 2008 bailouts. Now, other people say it's even in the trillions. We see up here, where was it? Hold on a second. 2015 Forbes article claimed the U.S. had paid out $4.6 trillion of the $16.8 trillion in committed funds. It doesn't even matter, dude. It's all fake money. But what I'm saying is the banks, that we can't regulate the banks. Why? You took this, no different than freaking education and stuff. You want government loans, you do what the federal government says. The same thing. That's why we have Hillsdale College, for instance. They don't take government loans. They don't have to deal with affirmative action, all that crap. You want the government assistance, you do what the government says. The bank's got a government assistance, they should do what the government says. They should say, hey, we're not going to allow you to charge usury on that regard. This is insanity. You can still make a nice profit at 10% a year. And Trump is only saying it's just temporary. I completely agree. And if Trump can get with Bernie, the constitutionality and all that, it's like, I don't know why that would be any unconstitutional. If you're going to work with it, use the federal government as your largesse to protect you on the downside. Again, this is socialize the risk and privatize the profits. The banks get all the profits, and you and I guarantee their risk. It's crazy. So at least we could get lower interest rates on credit cards. It's nuts. And this is a great plan. If Trump could get this through, dude, you want to talk about solidifying your street cred with a lower middle class voters? Oh, dude, let's get it done. All right, God bless. Love your thoughts.